Hello there guys, welcome to one of my live videos, and on this video this afternoon I am going to be giving you an update on some more transfer news, keeping up to date of what players are linked with Manchester United. And as you are all aware, we are linked with a host of players because we do want to address the deficiencies in the squad. You know, we've only got now, is it a week until the January transfer window shuts, so we do desperately need to make signings. So I am going to be giving you some news regarding Slimani, who's currently on loan at Monaco from Leicester. Also going to be giving you some more news regarding Edinson Cavani, and there's lots of other things to currently talk about. But I will actually start with the news regarding Edinson Cavani. So reportedly Edinson Cavani has now turned down a move to Manchester United. Now the main explanation for this is that I think his preference is a move to Atletico Madrid. Also, Chelsea have been in for Edinson Cavani. Reports were emerging out with the media yesterday saying that it would cost Man United or Chelsea up to around £66 million for Edinson Cavani. But I wouldn't want Edinson Cavani at Manchester United anywhere, and the main explanations why I wouldn't want him at Man United is because, his age. I've got an element of concern about his age because he's now 32 years of age, costs too much money, and plus he's very injury prone. He's Edinson Cavani, of course, and but yeah, I think he's he's a decent player. He's Edinson Cavani. I think he's enjoyed a very good career with PSG because he's been a long-serving player at PSG. I think this is now his 7th season with PSG. He's their record goal scorer with 198 goals in 293 appearances in all competitions. And PSG did pay around £55 million for him from Napoli back in 2013, and obviously his current contract is due to expire at the end of the season. But I think he's made it clear he wants to join Atletico Madrid, does Edinson Cavani in that. But yeah, so he has been on our agenda. But the PSG director confirmed, I think it was earlier on this week anyway, that Edinson Cavani has put a transfer request in at PSG, so he's going to be definitely leaving PSG in that. So I don't want Edinson Cavani at Manchester United anywhere. We've made a contract offer for him. I think we've matched what Atletico Madrid have offered him, but I don't think he's keen on coming to Man United. And my other element of concern I've got about him anywhere is that he has never played in the Premier League. So if he did come to the Premier League, maybe he would become a flop, and he won't probably replicate what he's done in the years he's been with PSG. So take that into account. So I don't think he's coming now. The news regarding Slimani, it's stemming from Sky Sports, and Sky Sports is a very reliable source, and they are saying now that Man United are considering making a loan move for Slimani. Obviously, we've got a few strikers on our agenda, and the main explanation for this is reflecting on Marcus Rashford's injury. Rashford, I think, is out for at least 6 weeks. Could be out for the rest of the season because he has sustained a double fracture in his back, so his injury is very severe. But I think some of the blame stems from Solskjaer, why Rashford's injury occurred in the first place, because, Solskjaer shouldn't have brought him on against their Wolves, and even Ian Wright said, some of the blame stems from Solskjaer. So I don't really know much about this Slimani. I know that he's currently on loan at Monaco from Leicester. I think this is his first season on loan with Monaco. I think in Liga 1 this season he's made around 13 appearances, scored 7 goals, provided 7 assists. He is around 31 years of age, so he's obviously in his early 30s. He also had loan spells at Newcastle and Fenerbahce, where I don't think he was too good. I don't think he scored one single goal for Newcastle. And obviously, I think after his loan spell with Monaco, he will be returning to Leicester. But I think, Man United will have to pay a fee, to get him out on loan. I think Leicester have said they want around £4 million. Leicester did purchase Slimani back in 2016. They got him from Sporting Lisbon for around £28 million. At that current time, it was a record signing for Leicester. It was their most expensive sign at that time, but obviously now Youri Tielemans is their most expensive signing. So do you think Slimani, would be the right solution for Manchester United? So that's the latest on them two. I gave you the news, didn't I, regarding Bruno Fernandes earlier on. We need to sign Bruno Fernandes because Man United have been relentlessly linked to him. Obviously, he's predominantly an attacking midfielder, and Man United are in search for an attacking midfielder. We're also in search for a holding midfielder, so we've got to get 2 midfielders in, because that midfield is one of the priority areas where Manchester United need to strengthen up. And I've got a lot of element of concerns about that midfield, because I do believe Pogba will move on in the summer. You know, Herrera left last summer. So, yeah, and I think Bruno Fernandes would be a great addition to the squad if we got him in. You know, like I said, he can create chances, he can provide goals from that midfield, and that's what Manchester United do need. So, as I updated you, it said we've been given a transfer boost for Bruno Fernandes, because it says that he's set to miss Sporting Lisbon's game against Martimo on Monday. So that has fueled more speculation up. You know, Bruno Fernandes has already revealed that he wants to leave Sporting Lisbon, and that his preference is a move to Manchester United. And we have been locked in negotiations with Sporting Lisbon. They've obviously, you know, stalled a couple of times. The main factor reason why the negotiations have stalled quite a few times is on the fee, because Man United and Sporting Lisbon are struggling to come to an agreement on a fee. You know, Sporting Lisbon have revealed that they want around £68 million. Manchester United are not determined to pay that for him. So I think we're around £10 million off Sporting Lisbon's valuation. But everything else has been agreed except the fee. So, and reports emerged out this week, and I think this was stemming from Sky Sports. And when it's coming from Sky and the BBC and that, there's a lot of credibility a minute. He said we'd agreed a £55 million deal in principle for Bruno Fernandes, and it said, you know, we'd pay around £47 million up front with around £8 million in add-ons, and then reportedly then we'd lowered our offer back to £42 million. So my overarching view on this is, I think, you know, Man United should just pay what Sporting Lisbon are demanding. You know, I think he's worth the money, despite the fact that Sporting Lisbon, you know, got him from next to nothing, you know, from Sampdoria. They only paid around £6 or £7 million for him. But like I said, you know, with the revenues we've got, you know, one of the richest clubs in the world, you know, we can afford, you know, to just pay what Sporting Lisbon are demanding. Of course, if we sell players this year, who are still, of course, got quite a few years left on their contracts in Man United, you know, will generate money by, you know, getting rid of players. So we should just pay what Sporting Lisbon are demanding, because, like I've mentioned, you know, we're known for overpaying for players anywhere. You know, a prime example, £80 million for Maguire, £50 million for Fred, £89 million for Pogba, £40 million for Nemanja Matic. Not only that, you know, we've got the highest wage bill in the Premier League. Take that into account. So, and look how much we spent in the last 6 or 7 years. We spent nearly £1 billion on recruiting new players in. So we should just pay what Sporting Lisbon are currently demanding in that. But, you know, Scholes came out, you know, after our 2-0 defeat to Burnley, and he said, you know, now on that defeat, that increases our chances of getting Bruno Fernandes. George Mendes come out earlier on this week, and to be fair, he's been working on Bruno Fernandes' transfer to Man United, and he actually, you know, said that he doesn't know if he's going to leave in this January window, but he will leave in the summer if he doesn't leave in this January transfer window. Don't forget, George Mendes the other week was in the director's box spectating the Man United Wolves game. So he has been working on this deal, to be fair. But, you know, the main explanation why we didn't get Bruno Fernandes last season and last summer is because, again, we wasn't willing to meet Sporting Lisbon's valuation. Sporting Lisbon wanted £70 million. We only valued him at £50 million. I think Tottenham put a bid in for him last summer. Also, City went in for him. At one point, he was close to joining City. And Liverpool, of course, went in for Bruno Fernandes. So we should just get him in, and he got his contract extended last year with Sporting Lisbon until 2023. But I think he's now at that level, and I think he would. He's got the minerals to come and succeed in the Premier League. I think he could come to the Premier League and replicate what he's done in his couple of years in Portugal. Obviously, you know, when he was younger, he was at Udinese and Sampdoria. He spent the entirety of his career in Italy when he was younger, and he's only at the age of 25. And Solskjaer has confirmed he still wants to continue the policy of recruiting young players into the football club. This is what is confirmed. This is what he has currently confirmed and that. So we need to get this deal over the line for Bruno Fernandes. You know, we've got to be ruthless now, because it's not long now until the January transfer window does shut. There's been quite a few other midfielders on our agenda. Also, I want to give you some news regarding Boubakary Soumaré from Lille. The latest news regarding him is that Man United and Chelsea, I think, are still in for him. It did say he's set to decide whether to join Man United or Chelsea before the end of this month. Reports came out about that a few weeks ago. Recently came out saying that Tottenham put a bid in for him. It also says that Liverpool have been in for him. But I don't know what his preference is yet anywhere. I think it's very imminent he's going to be leaving Lille. He's Boubacar Soumaré. Very, very good player. Only the age of 20. Operates very well in that box-to-box role. You know, his composure is good. His passing accuracy is good. He can create chances and he can score goals. And I think he's still got around 2.5 years left on his deal with Lille. But if he come to Man United, I would be excited about the prospect of him playing alongside the likes of Pogba and McTominay. Obviously, you know, when they do get back fit. So whether we sign Boubacar Soumaré or not, I do not know. But that's the latest news regarding him. But like I said, I think Manchester United, you know, need at least 5 to 6 more signings if we are to be back to being a competitive elite level football club, and if we are, you know, to be up there challenging for major honours basically. Because, you know, we're not at that level as we should be yet. But it's going to take us time to get us to that level, you know, where we do want to be. But like I revert back to what I said on my recent videos, I think despite the fact that we've been inconsistent for the last 6 or 7 years, I still believe, you know, Manchester United can attract players to the elite level, definitely. And that, you know... But like I've said overall anyway, I think we need to see a variety of changes at the football club. You know, we've got to get Ole Gunnar Solskjaer out, definitely. You know, we need a change of management. You know, we also need to get Ed Woodward out of the club. We also need to get the Glazers out of the football club, because a lot of United fans have been protesting Ed Woodward and the Glazers. I think we also need to get our board out, because they've been a liability for several years, reflecting on their poor recruitment and their poor selection of managers. So we need to get our current board out. But overall, anyway, I don't like the way the football club has been run in the last 6 or 7 years. So we need to see a variety of changes at the club, definitely. But I don't think there's only issues with the manager and the backroom staff. I think there's also problems on the pitch as well. You know, a lot of aspects of our game need to improve. There's players this year that need to leave Manchester United. So the club is basically, you know, in turmoil at the moment. And Solskjaer recently come out and said that, you know, we need time. Yeah, he said, sorry, it's not the right time to discuss the club's recruitment policy, because Gary Neville recently came out and criticised Ed Woodward. He feels as though he needs to, you know, leave the football club as Ed Woodward. You know, Rio Ferdinand basically said, you know, there's fundamental issues at the club, and they're absolutely spot on. And they know what they're currently talking about and that. But like I said, the main explanations why I think Solskjaer should be sacked as Manchester United manager is because he doesn't suit the strappings of the club. I know he knows the club inside out, and that's Solskjaer, because he was a great player for us for 11 years and he flourished under Alex Ferguson's guidance. But like I've said numerous occasions, Solskjaer as a manager is totally comparison to how he was as a player, because Solskjaer has not got that proven pedigree as a manager. Man United is the third club he's currently managing. So I think, you know, Man United need to recommend a manager in, you know, we need to recommend a manager in with a proven pedigree, a manager, you know, to the top level, and a manager, you know, that can take Manchester United forward and get us back, you know, to being competitive. And, you know, that's what Manchester United need to do. Maybe, fair enough, it's not always about, you know, getting the managers in at the top level or the managers with the proven pedigrees in that, because we've already had 2 world-class managers at Manchester United. You know, we had Louis van Gaal, we had Jose Mourinho, and their tenures, of course, didn't work out. So it's not always, you know, the case. But Man United will not sack Solskjaer at this present time. He definitely won't see the remainder of his 2.5-year deal he's got left on his contract, because when Solskjaer got the job permanently back in March last year, he did sign a 3-year deal worth around £7.5 million a year. And I think that's one of the mistakes the football club did make, was giving Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the job on a permanent basis. But, you know, the question is, you know, can Man United afford to sack Solskjaer? You know, because obviously, you know, we're still paying Van Gaal, Moyes and Mourinho's salary, despite the fact that, you know, they've all been sacked. And I think it did say we'd have to pay around £5 million to get rid of Solskjaer. So that's around £15 million less than what we paid to get rid of Mourinho. You know, I think around £4 million less than what we paid to get rid of Van Gaal, because we paid around £9 million to get rid of Van Gaal. And I think more or less the same amount as what we paid to get rid of Moyes is £5 million, because I think we paid around £5 or £6 million to get rid of David Moyes, basically. But yeah, he definitely nowhere needs to leave the football club. And Solskjaer came out and he's aware that he's been under intense pressure for the vast majority of this season. And he came out and basically said, look, he feels as though that, our Hirose are still backing him, to transform this club forward. And he says it's obviously, not going to be a quick fix at Man United. Obviously, it is a long rebuilding process. But, Solskjaer is still in the process of rebuilding because, there's only 3 players that are his at the moment. And they're the 3 players that I recommended into the football club last summer because we spent nearly £150 million last summer on Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and on Harry Maguire. To be fair. But the vast majority of these players are Jose Mourinho's because Jose Mourinho recommended 11 players into the football club. Now Solskjaer is still inheriting the vast majority of them, like I've said to you guys. Van Gaal's players are still here, some of them here from the Van Gaal era. There's Mattery from the Moyes era. Moyes only bought 2 players and he bought one Mattery and Fellaini, but Fellaini left in January of last year. And you're still about 2 players here, from the Ferguson era. I think there's still De Gea here. Jones is still here. So I think there's about 2. Yeah, I think about 2 players now here from the Alex Ferguson era. So it's a long rebuilding process and that. So I think we're still determined to give Solskjaer this window and the summer to see who we can recommend in to the football club. But he's been here 13 months. He's been here over a year now. And he said, he's aware that he's got many expectations to exceed in his second year at the football club. But he's been permanent boss for around 10 months now as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And obviously analysing the vast majority of that 10 months, he has endured a really difficult time. Man United have got quite a few ambitions this season, and those ambitions is the top 4. That's one of our ambitions. To be fair, I don't think Man United are going to get that top 4 this season. And the only main explanation why we've been in that top 4 race this season is because Chelsea have been so inconsistent. We're 6 points behind top 4 at the moment, but we've had so many opportunities this season to close the gap on that top 4, don't forget. But I did say at the start of this season that in the next couple of seasons, our aspirations is going to be that top 4 because we're not going to mount any kind of title challenge up for several years. So I don't see us getting the top 4 this season. We need to get the top 4. Also, the Europa League's an ambition for us because it's another route to Champions League football. Plus, it's a chance of getting more silverware on the board. Getting silverware on the board, sorry. And, the FA Cup, you can say, is a priority for us. Another chance of getting silverware on the board. I don't see Man United winning anything this season, if I'm going to be quite honest with you guys. But I do hate to say that. But, we're enjoying our worst start to a Premier League season for 30 years. So what I mean in that aspect is, this is the worst we've ever been in the Premier League era at this stage. And, Solskjaer has now lost more games than he's officially won in the Premier League since he got the job on a permanent basis. So he's got the worst win ratio in the club's modern history. So his win ratio's even worse than David Moyes. So that just indicates how bad, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been, for Manchester United. Obviously, a big game tomorrow coming up. Well, I'd say it's a big game because obviously the FA Cup is a priority for us now, even though it's only Tranmere. We've got Tranmere tomorrow, 3 o'clock kick-off at Prempton Park. Now, obviously, we played Tranmere Rovers earlier on in the season. It was the under-21s, and, we actually got beat by 3-2. But Chong scored twice in that game. I do believe that Solskjaer will make changes from the 2-0 defeat to Burnley. He'll make changes. He may go with an inexperienced squad. I think some of them will be inexperienced, but I think, he may go with some of the first teamers. You saw my preview yesterday. Tranmere, of course, have got a bad pitch, but Solskjaer says, reflects on the conditions at Tranmere. That's not excuse. You can't, the players can't use that as an excuse, basically. But whatever team we put out, should be strong enough to beat Tranmere Rovers. Tranmere are sitting 21st in League One, so they're really struggling in League One. Are Tranmere Rovers. The last time, in the previous round in the FA Cup, we beat Wolves by 1-0. So that indicates out that we can compete against, elite opposition. And we've done quite well against elite opposition for the vast majority of this season. But we haven't really replicated that against lower opposition. So that is a shame. We beat Wolves, yeah, and Tranmere, of course, progressed past Watford. So, yeah, Man United do need to win tomorrow because we've enjoyed a difficult week, losing at home to Burnley 2-0, losing 2-0 to Liverpool last week. So we need to see a reaction from the players. Definitely need to see a reaction from the players. We've had some team news building up to the game, by the way. We've had some team news. I think Lindelof is expected back. I don't know if he'll start, but he's been out with illness. This is why he missed the 2-0 defeat to Burnley. Lindelof's one of the players I keep because I think he's been very, very good for us. And I think he's done well alongside Maguire. I think Maguire could be dropped in this game against Tranmere because Maguire's been making mistakes recently. He made quite a few mistakes in the game against Burnley, so he could be dropped. Bay's now back, Eric Bay, after he was out with injury for a while. He had a knee injury since pre-season. He's recently been playing for the under-23s as Eric Bay, but it will be good to see him now back in action. I think the last league game he played was back in April. So I think he actually could start this game, could Eric Bay. Of course, Dalot's now back. He's sustained a few injuries this season, but he's back now. He could actually start at right back, Dalot. Fosu Mensah is also another option for right back because he's now back from injury. He'll make a lot of alterations in the squad. Pogba and McTominay still out. I don't think they're playing this game anywhere. More than likely, Matic will be involved. Fred will probably play. I think Gomez should get given the chance. Whether he does or not, I do not know. Solskjaer needs to give Angel Gomez more opportunities, definitely. I think Greenwood should start as well. Greenwood, he's not getting enough starts in the Premier League. That's my concern. He's not getting enough starts in the Premier League. If he can get more starts in the Premier League, then I'll credit Solskjaer for that. But he's not starting him enough in the Premier League. It's been comparison in the cup games, because in the cup games and that he's getting more starts. He's Mason Greenwood, to be fair. And obviously in the Europa League. But, I think he's a good player, Greenwood. You can put him on the right, you can put him centrally. He may start on the right in this game if Martial plays. But if Martial doesn't play, then I think, Greenwood will play in that, number 9 role. Greenwood's on 19 goals this season in 20-odd first team appearances for Man United. So, yeah. So we need to win against Tranmere, definitely. And I've been keeping up to date of what's been going on recently, regarding Mauricio Pochettino. Man United are in for Mauricio Pochettino. What are you doing?
Have you watched it last again?
No.
I watched it.
What? Man United are in for Mauricio Pochettino, and that, as you all know, he has held negotiations with a football club, and I think it's more imminent he'll come in at the end of the season. He won't come in at this present time. Mauricio Pochettino's demanded quite a few things. He's said, if he comes to Man United, he wants to take control of the transfers. He doesn't want Ed Woodward as our director of football, and wouldn't have to pay anything, to recommend Mauricio Pochettino in, because he's now managerless. He did say when he got sacked from Tottenham last year that he wanted an immediate return to management. But we've been long admirers of him anyway, Pochettino, and realistically we should have got Pochettino in after the sacking of Jose Mourinho in December 2018. But we decided to go with Solskjaer instead, and we just decided to go with him. But he's likely, Pochettino will be Man United's next manager, and that, I think he's a much better manager than Solskjaer. He's well proven in the Premier League. He enjoyed a good 5.5 years with Tottenham. Also did well at Southampton as well. Very, very good manager. My only element of concern, hasn't won out in terms of silverware. But we get Pochettino in. I think, I'm not saying we'll win the league and that, and, not everything can be addressed overnight at Manchester United. It's a big, massive club. But I think, we could at minimum be competing, for maybe top 4, top 3 with Pochettino in. Because analysing, the vast majority of his tenure with Tottenham were competing in and out of the top 4. But then in the last couple of years of his tenure, Tottenham were title contenders. And he won over 100 games for Tottenham. Don't forget, did Mauricio Pochettino. So it's likely he will be our next manager that comes in. So changes are desperately, needed at the football club. But we will probably more than likely will stick with Solskjaer until the end of the current season. But I've already said I think the players that will leave and I think should leave. Jones should leave. Rojo should leave. Pogba, he's going to leave anywhere. I think probably not this January, in this summer. Lingard, Pereira, they're the sort of players that need to leave Manchester United, definitely. They've got to leave the football club and that. But United are not really known for sacking club. We've sacked 3 managers since the Ferguson era. But, Solskjaer definitely needs to go. So anyway, guys, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.